Hi, good morning, good day, everyone. Michael Anfield here, coming at you. I'm a best-selling author, YouTuber, and spiritual coach, and I want to help you become the best you. So get my books if you really want to learn more and you want to talk to me directly. Come take my spiritual life coaching sessions. I offer a free half an hour as well as some free books online. You can just check me out under writings and read free books right here. So, today I want to talk a little bit about just trusting the universe, trusting God, trusting the higher power that we have. So let's get into this because this is the session. This is the video series that I want to do on meditation and spiritual growth. So let's get into this because I think it's very important that we understand uh, enough about this to really get through. Now, there may be some times in our lives, some period in our lives when we are just really struggling, really feel like we are sinking in the ocean, or we're in a rapid river and we can't get out, or we've, hit this hurdle and or we have this challenge that we just don't know how to work around it or how to solve it or how to get through this the difficult time. And so what we really need to realize is that every being on this earth has some purpose, and we have to realize what that purpose is. Some people don't realize what their purpose is. But once we have a more clear direction or clear understanding of what our goals are and what our purpose is, then we will start to realize that once we have this purpose, or at least a more clear vision of that path that we're taking, then we need to understand that, okay, I have this purpose, I have this clear or a better understanding of my goals and my purpose and the path that I'm taking. Now because that's a motivation for me to continue living. You know, the universe or God is telling me that I need to fulfill this purpose. I need to do this. I'm this one person in this big scheme of things, in this big picture, that I need to do this because God is giving me, or universe, or however you want to call this. I usually call the the entity or the being, I call the universe. It's all the energy everywhere within us, outside, everywhere. And anyways, the universe basically has a purpose for each individual being. And once we have this urge, this understanding that it's so important for me to get there, to fulfill this purpose. And of course, I'll never fulfill the end goal, but I can strive to get closer and closer to it and to fulfill the goals, to finish the goals. So there's always going to be goals, and there's always going to be things to strive for to get us further on our journey, on our path. And no matter how difficult it seems at times, we have to keep the faith in the universal energy or universal force or in God. And we have to have hope, faith, and we have to just continue no matter how bleak things may seem at times. Now, let's give examples. So, let's say we're on our path and we have this purpose and we know what it is, and we have our goals set and everything, and each day we're going further and further and walking further on our path. But at some points it just doesn't seem possible. Like we see that we sometimes we feel depressed and it just doesn't seem right, and we have all these obstacles in our way, and we kind of are falling apart. Okay, so first thing we need to realize is that we need to find out what our purpose is before we can do anything. So this is where the who am I comes in. So we meditate on who am I, and we keep meditating on this understanding of who am I. Once we understand who am I, or at least more of it, more of who we are as individuals, then we, of course, continue doing that, but we start to realize that from there, we will start to slowly understand what our purpose is. So once we understand what our individual purposes are, then we can start to realize that it's so important for us to get to that purpose, to strive to go closer and closer to that purpose of ours. Now, for example, my purpose is to acquire some kind of land where I can create a community, a vegan homesteading community, and continue writing books and sharing this message to the world. So that's basically what my aim is, to really acquire some kind of land, to uh, to own it only in a sense of taking care of it and to help people to get to that similar realization, that we need to create communities and we need to live in communities out in nature or closer to nature, and to fulfill that purpose, our individual and collective purposes. So really the idea is to share veganism as far and as wide as we possibly can with people, to eat whole foods, to share the message that we need to love and take care of this earth and all the other beings on this earth and in this amazing world that we live in, and to realize that this is what our purpose is. However we want to share it, this is what our purpose is, really to share this message of love and compassion for all life, which is really what veganism and raw veganism is all about. And it's not about just the food, though that is, of course, the biggest part of it. It's not just about that. It's about really trying to cause the least harm that we can and to instill the most love in our lives as we can for all beings that share this earth with us. And so, however we want to share that, if it's through painting or through music or through writing or through blogging or through creating some kind of service or products or whatever it is, we need to understand what is our niche. What do we do that's good? I mean, what do we do? What do we do in this world? What do we like doing? Do we like creating films? Do we like, I don't know, anything? What do we like to do? Do we like to travel and share this message with people? Do we like to, like me, I like to write books and I like to share with people the ideas in the books and through YouTube and through other means like this video, for example. And however it is with you, how do you want to share this message to the world? And then you go from there. So ultimately, it's really just about that, all of that. It's really about finding out who we are as individuals so we can find out what our individual purposes are. Then from there, that we have to strive for for our purpose. And the way is however way we feel within us that we want to share this message to the world. So as I have mentioned before, I have some free books that I share with people. And there's 3 books that I share with people, 1 audiobook and 2 ebooks that I share with people. Because I want to get this message out to the world, I'll send you any amount of books so you can learn about what I've learned over the past almost 12 years. And so I'm so happy to be sharing this message with people. And what it is basically, it's a message that reconnects to our core values, which is really about love and compassion for all life. That's what this message is all about. It's not about health, it's not about environment, it's not about any of that stuff. Though, of course, those things are part of it, but it's not just about ego, just about ourselves, just about, it's about helping other beings. It's about helping anyone we can to get to this message so we can get to this utopian world that we all want to live in. So I hope this helped you. Please like this video and don't forget to check out our radio show. If you go to weareinterconnected.com, you'll see all the links up here above. You'll get a chance to go to my website, Peaceful Village. Check out the radio show. We have one more episode happening on October 24th. So check that out with Rob Brenmark and Brenda Vance. We'll be talking about more about spiritual growth and vegan dating and relationships for people that want to learn about that. So it'll be on October 24th but at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can check that out. It's sponsored by Evolution Diet Pet Food. So check them out at petfoodshop.com. Petfoodshop.com. If you want to join us, the links are all there in the description. This is the website that you can go to check it out. And don't forget that please get my books, because this is the way that I survive, the way I continue creating these videos. If you go to the book section, weareinterconnected.com/books, you'll be able to check out all my books here. It's all here. Just click on whatever one you want to learn more about. But they're basically almost all the same, just from different angles and different perspectives and different ways of explaining the topic. But basically, the idea is that we need to love and care for all beings on this earth by not eating them, wearing them, using them, stealing from them, from anyone, maybe non-human or human. We don't want to harm anyone. We don't want to steal from them. We want to do as much good as we can in this world. And so my new book, Awakening the Good in Humanity, Ending Violence Forever, is really going into the heart of all of what I'm trying to explain here and in all my videos. It's basically the shortened, condensed version of all my books. It's basically about 50 pages, 7,000 words. It has beautiful pictures in it from pixabay.com. And basically, it just goes into the general idea of how do we awaken the good in ourselves? How do we reawaken that good in ourselves? How do we get to that world where there's absolutely no violence and where we live in harmony with each other? So it's a general outline of the ideas that I present in all my books. It's a very shortened, condensed version of it, as I mentioned. And that's really about it. So if you really want to read this, it's coming out February. It's being released February 5th, 2021. So another few months. But if you really want to read it, I'll send it to you for free, with the idea that you would please write an Amazon.com review. That's all I ask. Just please write an Amazon review on the day of February 5th. I will send you a reminder before that and put you on the email list so that we're updated and you are updated on all my work and what's happening. And that's really about it, everybody. Please share this video with others. I really appreciate it if you can email me or contact me, and I will send you this book, Awakening the Good in Humanity, Ending Violence Forever. Much love, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.